Hi, and welcome to the Stay Rich podcast. On this podcast, we're going to have successful entrepreneurs coming on to teach us about how they live a rich lifestyle and give tips and motivational strategies to navigate the world. And in addition to that, we're also going to be interviewing high-level, extremely killer, competent divorce attorneys who are coming onto the show to tell us their war stories, to tell us all of the things that you as a man should not be doing if you are going through a divorce today. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Stay Rich podcast. I'm so excited to bring to you guys today a man who I think has a million stories for everything. Tom Linneman, a.k.a. John Sharkman, which has to be the coolest pseudonym name I have ever heard.
That's it.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. So for people watching, I mean, what are you all about? I know that you've got like a list of different things that you're doing. You're an executive vice president. You're on advisory boards. What's going on today? What's up?
Well, I mean, I think it's all about, you can do everything. Like people want to say, what do you do for a job? And then you say that you're one job and that's it.
Yeah.
But if you just have one thing going, like you don't stop there. Like that's sort of the baseline of what it says. So yes, I'm executive vice president for a toy company, for a new startup toy company. It's great. I'm working with my friends now. I worked corporate for so long, which is good because you learn the ropes. I say I'm classically trained because I was at Target Corporation for 13 years and I was Spin Master for 8 years here in Toronto, which is how I got my visa here. I'm American, so I'm your local American up here.
Good. I only want to interview Americans because like when you speak American, it's saying what you think and meaning 100%. What you say.
Oh my gosh, it's been actually challenging in Canada because people are like, you're so aggressive, and I'm like, I just asked you a question. There was no tone. Like that's it's very different. It's a very different approach. But in America, I think we know what we want and we have to go get it because then we can get the other thing. Whereas in Canada, there's so much more, I don't know. And people say it's polite, which I don't know. I think it's passive aggressive.
I think that's what I say.
Passive aggressive. Sorry means get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Move, you know?
Like, sorry, you're in my way.
Yeah, you're in my way. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah. But yeah, I think you do a bunch of things. Like so many people just stop and that's my job and then they go from there. But I about to have 15 jobs. I about to have our jobs fun. To me, jobs, like work and play is interchangeable. Mm-hmm. When I'm working, people are like, oh, when do you ever work? When do you ever play? And it's like opposites. So you know what I mean? Like I'm working and playing at the same time. And so it's never really feels like a burden. And also it never feels like I'm not getting to my work because I'm doing it all the time. And the world now where you can do things from anywhere, I mean, with, working from home, which is the biggest scam in the entire world, like working from home. I mean, yeah, okay. You turn on your computer, but you're doing 100 other things.
Of course.
So, which is good and bad. I mean, it's probably the greatest labor grab in our lifetimes. Yeah. Right. So, but yeah, I think that there's room in the day to do everything.
There is. And the concept of this show and the concept for people is, what does a rich lifestyle mean? Which is, to me at least, living your life so that you're in the right place at the right time.
That's right.
With the right people doing the right things. And that requires choices. It requires freedom. It requires optimism and thinking ahead. And the reason that I wanted you on the show is like your life is emblematic of that. Yeah. And when you're saying work and play are the same thing, it's because you are choosing to put yourself into positions like that.
That's right. And it's authenticity. Like I think it's authentic. When you're trying to be like something or trying to be, it's going to feel a little bit awkward and a little wooden. And the right people are going to realize it, right? If you're authentic, if you're straight up yourself, you don't have to remember what you said. You don't have to remember how to act. You can just rely on yourself. And then the people who are going to align with that, then naturally you're going to get along great and you're going to find opportunities.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one quick story. This is a perfect example of that. So I was working in San Francisco, which is now it's a little tough. San Francisco is going through a tough time. San Francisco is one of the most wild cities because all at once you're sitting next to somebody at a bar And it's like, oh, what do you do? Friend of a friend. It's like, oh, I found a Dropbox. It's like, oh, okay. I had a 30-day trial once. And then you see a guy shitting in the street, right? Like you have that sort of balance. And now it's just a guy shitting in the street. So it's having a tough time. But San Francisco in the heyday, 2016, let me give you an example of what I mean when I put yourself out there. So there was this company called Range Me, software company. And I interviewed for a job there, for a consultant job. And it was a software where retail buyers can find new products. Think of it like Bumble for buyers, right? So say you have a chip company and you want me to see your chips as a chip buyer. You would put your profile up there. Here's my chips. Here's what, here's what it's called. And I could then, as a buyer, I could order some, right? Cool. I could say, okay, I'll have a sample. I'll take a meeting with you. So I interviewed with this company, female CEO, Nikki Jackson, who's amazing. And I applied for that. I didn't get the job. Shit happens, right? My friend Carly got the job, which is great. Carly's great. So she got the job. She's working with this company. I move out to San Francisco, work with another startup, Kinsa, and I find out the Range Me's like 3 blocks away. And so I reached out to Nikki and I said, hey, let's grab lunch. What's the downside? 0 downside, right? So we have lunch. She's like, oh, okay, sure. You're thinking like I turned this guy down and whatever. So we go and have lunch. Whatever. And she's asking me about the software. I'm like, well, you should do this. You shouldn't do this. This is stupid. Like, whatever. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is great. You should come back in, to me with the and it's like, that's your freebie. It's like, I got $5,400 rent for a 2-bedroom. Like, I'm looking to make a little extra scratch. So hoping like, hey, maybe I can get a couple like $100 a month. So she's like, okay, we'd like you to come once a month, to our office. And we like to make you an advisor. And it's like, okay, that just means lottery tickets to never happen, right? Shares of things. And I've had a bunch of those where you help people out. I'm actually with this group, Futurepreneur, to help entrepreneurs. But it's like, sure. So I go to the office and I'm like, I'll make the deal with you on one condition. There's a French restaurant like 3 doors down from you. I love it. If I can get a Nicoise salad and 2 cans of Pamplemousse LaCroix, every time I come, I'll do it. And she's like, you want me to put a rider in your contract? I'm like, call it whatever you want. At least something. I get something out of it, right? Yeah. So I went there once a month, 6 times. So 6 hours, 6 Nicoise salads.
Sweet.
And I get a call and she's like, hey, great news. I sold the company. I'm like, good for you. That's really cool. All right. She's like, well, it's good for you too. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, all right. You think like, okay, a couple grand, right? Sure. Or maybe you dream and you're like, wouldn't it be nice to get like 10 grand and go to Hawaii with your family just for that? Like, that'd be just crazy. And so I'm like, okay, she's like, okay, our lawyers will reach out. So I was actually coming out of work. I was about to get on the J train in San Francisco. And I get a call from this guy. He's like, hey, can you sign this document? And I'm like, yeah, chill. I'm about to get on the J train. I'll do it when I get home. He's like, no, can you sign it? And I'm like, I swear to God, I just told you I was getting on the J train. Like, give me a minute. He's like, I'll send you a DocuSign. I'm like, God, dude, relax.
You're going to want to sit down for this.
Yeah, relax. And I'm like, I'm sitting on the train. I'm like, why are you spazzing out on me? I mean, whatever, okay? So I get through the J train and we come out the other end. And I click on it and I'm like, fine, God. I go to the bottom, $113,000, $442. $113,000.
That's insane.
Not counting salads, which is not a couple $100. And I started laughing. And I went to a dispensary. I got a big joint. And I went and sat on a park bench in Dolores Park, San Francisco. And I smoked that joint, just laughing, just watching the fog come in. Because here I'm going to go home to my wife with $113,000 direct deposit for 6 hours of work. I never would have gotten that had I not put myself out there. Had I not said, hey, let's grab lunch. Because what's the downside? Yeah. Right? And the upside, the answer is $113,000, right? Right. And so because I said a couple things that were the keys to unlocking it. And so she's like, I actually escalated your shares because a couple of things you said are what we really needed.
Wow.
And so it's one of those moments where everybody wins. And I think that's what you have to look for when it comes to how do you make money in an authentic way. If you win and somebody else loses, like if you get somebody in a deal, there's a 20% chance of the deal happening, I think. 20% chance. You can pull one over on somebody. If there's a win-win, like if there's a second person benefiting, I think it has a 60% chance to happen. A deal does.
Cool.
If you get a third beneficiary, if you get a third person, a third party, win, it's going to happen.
It's a lock.
It's going to happen. And so that's what I try to do. if you try to figure out how do you add people to the situation to add wins, because a lot of people, they want to take it all for themselves.
Of course.
They take it all for themselves. And the problem is you can get away with those every once in a while. That's like having it's like a snake taking down a big deer in the Amazon. Every once in a while you're going to get a big deer. Yeah. But you can consistently eat if you find other people to win from a situation. Like if you know somebody who knows somebody. That's why I have this agency. It's called Sharkman Collective. Okay, it's the anti-agency agency. It's how I get a lot of my sort of side deals. If you go to it, sharkmancollective.com, it just says, we'll let you know. It doesn't, there's nothing to click on. You can't contact. It's not even a bit like with the agency, the agency will let you know. I work with people I like, friends of mine. And then like, for example, I just had one with Will Hernandez from the Arizona Cardinals.
Amazing.
I got a deal with Sprouts grocery stores for $25,000 endorsement through a friend of mine at Sprouts. Will's a friend of mine. I got him. He's a big healthy eater. He's Latino. So he's in their commercials. 25 grand. He benefits. My friend benefits because he gets that. And then he throws me a little scratch too. It's win-win-win. Yeah. Like that's what it is. So I actually have an agency and it's just people I know. It could be you, could be somebody else. If I know somebody that could benefit, then all of a sudden I'll reach out and we'll make something happen.
Yes.
Right? And that's what it is. Does it always make money? No. We just did a project. Sharkman Collective did a project was for St. John's basketball, this university that I went to in Minnesota. Yeah. With a writer from Rolling Stone. And we just did a marketing campaign.
No kidding.
And just said it's not D3, it's St. John's. We're actually creating a marketing campaign for them. Pro bono, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it makes money, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But the point is it's creating and people are benefiting from it.
That's such an interesting and rare frame now where creators are so few and far between. And people want to critique, people want to criticize, people want to rip everything down. But actually putting yourself in a position where you can step out into the world and make something from nothing
100%
is gold now.
100%. And if it's authentic,
yes,
people, it's real. It's honestly, that is the driving force behind everything, is authenticity. If you're real with yourself, people are going to gravitate towards that because they can tell. You can fool somebody for a short amount of time. Yeah. But like being who you are, being authentic, like those are the things. And I think you can't just set out to do that, right? It's not like it can't just be a strategy. Like you just have to start changing little habits, like little things. When I tell a story about somebody, so even today, when I tell a story about somebody, that means the universe says they're crossing your mind. Yes. And so I keep like an address book and I'll send them a postcard. I'll be like, hey, Ryan, I told a story about you today. I hope you're doing well. Think about that. The effort it takes me to write a postcard, because somebody did cross my mind authentically, right? The effort it takes me to write a postcard, to put in the mail, 10 minutes total, right? $2. Think about the effort. When he gets that, he's going to get it and be like, oh, man, postcard. Yeah. And he's going to show his wife, like, look at this. Sharkman sent me a postcard. And he's going to put it on his fridge. And now he's going to talk about it. You don't know the person that he talks to, then could that be the person that eventually makes the deal? That's what I'm saying. It's like you have to put yourself out there in authentic ways versus I'm going to go address this person to get a deal done. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's such a huge difference. And I've told so many men this when I help them in the entrepreneurial space, which is set up a lunch, set up a dinner like you did with this person with Nikki in San Francisco. And you put your phone away.
100%.
You don't look at it. And you stay engaged in that conversation and you deliver to add as much value and establish that connection to be genuine.
Connection, genuine, exactly right. You said exactly what it is. And we crave those authentic connections, right? It used to be, I'll tell you this, and putting the phone away and giving attention, it used to be oil. Oil used to be the most valuable resource. We fought wars, Norman Schwarzkopf, like we were over there in the desert, all this shit. Oil for so many decades was the greatest resource in the world. It's no longer oil. It is attention. The greatest resource in the world is fucking attention. Because guess what? You have 100% of it. You still have the same amount of it you've always had. But everybody wants it. Yes. Now everybody wants it. And it's even harder to keep it. Yes. Right? And so now you have all these information, your phone, your alerts, your notifications, family, whatever. The amount of things trying to grab your attention now and keep it has never been higher. And you have the same amount. It's finite.
Yes. It's insane. And just that value, like the postcard or giving people that attention, even if it's for 5 minutes, even if it's for 10 minutes, that makes such a world of difference because it shows that you are locked in on them, and nobody has that experience now.
100% right.
I see it with people. I go out for dinner. I look at couples who are married or, maybe they're on a date or something, and these people are scrolling through friggin' Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys aren't engaged. Like, you're gone.
Yeah.
And then it turns around. Like, I work in the divorce business and things like that. And these people are, people have this expectation that their wife is going to be banging them. And it's like that expectation, it's not reasonable if you're dialed in on your phone at dinner playing friggin' Candygram or whatever the hell the name of the game is. It makes no sense.
The fact that we don't know what the name is probably pretty good. It is true. Yeah,
thank God.
It is true. But it's attention. And I think that it's one small change you can make in your day-to-day is to be very intentful about attention. And it sounds kind of silly. It sounds a little wonky, but if you just say, you know what, throughout the day today, when I'm somewhere, I'm going to give all my attention, and you can practice it.
Yeah.
Like you can go to Starbucks and sit there at the corner and just give the person your entire attention just for a second. Or you can I text messages. People who say, "Oh, I'm a bad texter." It's like, no, you're not. You just don't want to give that person attention.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, there's no bad texter. There's no bad phone answerer. It's just you've chosen to not give attention. And I think, again, attention is the most valuable resource in the world. And if you authentically give someone attention, if you create little things in your life, like I said with the postcards, or I'll text them. I literally did it just this morning where I'm like, hey, I just told a story. I was thinking about you. Hope you're doing well. I get a message back. Oh, great to hear from you. Yeah. Because you never know what that person, maybe they just met somebody. Oh, actually, Tommy, I was thinking about it. What about this? And all of a sudden now you got a deal. Now you have a new revenue stream, but you don't know it's a new. You don't set it out to be a revenue stream. You set out to be awesome. You know what I mean? Like you put yourself out there authentically, and your people are going to find you, and that's how business gets done. It's not when you're trying to take advantage.
That's the thing. You can feel it when people are trying to take advantage of you.
You can.
It's palpable.
It makes it worse.
Yes.
Makes it less likely.
Yes.
Right? Like I'm pretty good friends with a couple of NFL guys, and it's amazing to see how many people want their attention. Like, because, being a normal cat.
Yeah.
We think, okay, yeah, being a famous athlete or whatever, it is unbelievable. They can't, nothing. And even if it's just somebody looking at you and gawking weird, right? It's crazy. If you're authentic with people, they can see through it. They can feel it, and
100%.
they'll know.
100%.
Right? Because so many people are inauthentic around them.
It feels like almost everybody is inauthentic now in some way.
I mean, it's a fair point because you're trying to project how you look, how you're perceived.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's crazy to think that people are spending so much time online versus in real life, and they're worried more about appearance online.
I know.
Than they are in life.
Isn't it weird? I mean, I say this as somebody, I have a networking group of men who are millionaires.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's called the Rich Forum. And one of the things that we talk about are the different archetypes that make up a man.
Yeah.
And everybody gets it twisted and they say, I want to be this, I want to be that. And the real question is, who are you and how do you present yourself authentically in a way that resonates with the person that you're sitting across from?
You put that right up there. I mean, this is why you write books. Like, that's perfect. I 100% agree. But it's the far end of that. It's the yes version of that.
Yes.
Because you're right. It isn't just, okay, who should I be? You need to be yourself authentically, but then you need to take that next step. When somebody asks you to do something, hey, you want to go to Jay's game? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to go downtown? Yes. Do you want to meet that person? Yes.
It's saying
if you say
yes
no,
to opportunity.
Nothing's going to happen. If you say yes, it's not even that thing. It's the next thing that you don't know about, right? You can't, it's the Nicoise Salad, right? I just wanted a fucking salad so I got something out of it. I really like those salads. And it turns out I got the ability then to spend that on a down payment when I moved to Toronto on a house, right? Just like that for 6 hours of time that I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to have lunch with somebody because, hey, she's down the street. You can't have enough friends. That's the other thing. You can't have enough friends. Right? It's not like, okay, I'm full. I've reached my capacity.
I have 3 friends I'm at.
I'm cool with. And even that, I think about friends, and you have different best friends through your whole life. You have different friend groups. So you're constantly evolving, right? Who you are as a person and who I am as a person at 25 is very different at 40.
Of course it is.
Very different. In fact, sometimes I rerun old cases. I'm like, do I really think that anymore? No, actually, I don't care about that anymore. You're a tree that branches grow outwards. And so to me, it's always been bizarre when people are like, I'm best friends with the same person since I've been 5. It's like,
how?
Dang, the tree branches grew right next to each other. I mean, that's great. But
or did they grow?
Or did they grow? Or to me, it's like, as you evolve through life, you require different people involved.
A team.
Your team, your friends, exactly. I have a very tight-knit group of people, but then it's almost like a tree where it has concentric rings, right? Where I have my tightest group, like Mike, Graham, Visser, like I have Neil, I have my tight group. And then after that, it's like your best friends. And then it's your friends.
Yeah.
And then it's people you know. And it's people who know you.
Yes.
Right? And so that changes all the time. But if you don't bring new people into the fold, it's harder to evolve. And if you don't evolve, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a big part of it too, is how does your authenticity evolve? How do you believe something and still stay true to yourself? Because you change your mind, right?
All the time. And unfortunately, I think as men, probably women too, but we get like held to the standard where, but you thought differently 5 years ago. Yeah, of course I did. If I'm not looking back 6 months and thinking, man, I was a fucking moron 6 months ago, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Like I should be feeling like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
6 months ago, because that shows me that I've taken the steps to win and succeed and grow and be better.
100%, dude. Like I think one of the most powerful things you can do in 2025 is change your fucking mind. Change your mind. Because even as a dude, you're kind of like, I'm set. I have conviction. I believe in this. I'm this rock. But guess what? We change our mind. It's powerful. And especially now in the current state of everything, people who change their mind have power. If you openly in a conversation, you say, you know what? I changed my mind. I actually agree. People look at you, they have fucking 3 heads, right?
Yeah.
Because listen, man, changing your mind is one of the most powerful things you can do. And it sounds counterintuitive, but it is. Because if you believe that now, go with it. Don't hold on to some vestige of something you used to believe. And I think that's what gets people in a rut a lot of times is they don't want to admit that they changed their mind.
It's hard because you see that in individuals and they don't even, in men, where they don't even know why they have that belief anymore.
Yeah, right. Their dad told them or uncle, someone else's philosophy.
Yeah.
But you're stuck. That's untouchable. See, I honestly, I believe that evolution, especially with guys, especially now, because it has been over the last 20 years. I mean, what masculinity has been thrown around so much.
Yes.
Like it's crazy. Like I was a football player, right? I'm a guy's guy.
Yeah, I want you to talk about that a bit.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I'm a football player, and I think it's important for dudes to evolve. Right? And to be okay with it. Like nobody says we can't evolve. We should evolve. That means we're ahead and we're in the cutting edge.
Of course. And with society the way it is and the way that Hollywood is and all these things, it portrays masculinity as this weird sort of facade, like this inauthentic thing where you act like a robot and you're like, tough, and you don't have emotion and you're dumb and all this stuff. But really, like guys, like we have emotions, we have things, we have responsibilities, we have duty, we have all this stuff. And it's important to be able to feel those things, but you don't necessarily want to act on them.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's okay to be happy. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. Use it to your benefit and act in a positive way.
Yeah.
To get out of that rut.
Yeah. And then that's what happens a lot of times is a rut, right? Because people are looking around. They're looking around at, oh man, I wish I could do that. Or, I travel a lot. Like people always ask me, where are you now? I wish I could do that. I'm in 54 countries because I say yes all the time. And I think that what I do is I learn and I grow. Anytime you travel, listen, it's for guys, for people who listen to this podcast, the one thing I can suggest to do is to travel, to get out of your comfort zone, get out of your space. I've been to 54 countries and I swear to God, it used to be what intelligence was, I think, was, you're this much on your math score or whatever. To me, intelligence is range. Can you talk to a truck driver from Alabama and a Wall Street banker and have both of them walk away and say, I fucking like that dude. I fuck with him.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like that's range. Like range, if you can have people of all sorts be like, oh, he's cool. To me, when you travel, you get to know people, so many different people, you expand that range. And so every time I travel, I come back with some sort of different version of that, right? Like I have a friend now, Raul, he's a jungle guide in Peru. He works in the jungle.
No kidding.
He taught us how to pull fucking tarantulas out of trees and shit. We're tracking pumas and jaguars. This was earlier this summer. And like fucking, the guy was one of the coolest guys ever. Here I'm this like private school educated Minnesota. We're from different planets, realistically, but we found an area where we can appreciate each other. And I learned and I gained range. I just sent him 2 days ago. I sent him a bunch of flashlights because ironically, Amazon doesn't deliver to the Amazon, which is kind of weird. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just buy them for you. I'll send them to you.
That's amazing.
Right. So then he gets to show other people, all this cool shit. But I think that's what it is. It's range. Now I have a friend in Peru, right, in the jungle. But I think it's finding people outside your general who are just like you gives you range, and the more range you have, I think the better dude you are.
I mean, the people that surround you now. I mean, for most guys, it's holding you back, and you're losing this opportunity to expand this range, to connect with new people. And I always say, I mean, even if you think about it, if you want to be like kind of autistic about it. The ability to persuade people, the ability to exert influence and power and these sorts of things comes from meeting people where they're at and understanding who they are. And if you can only do that, like I work with lawyers all the time. If I can only do that with lawyers, I'm useless to most people.
That's right.
I'm not good with my kids because if I treat them like I treat lawyers, that's going to be a really weird relationship.
Totally right. But that's the range. That's the range that you've developed.
Yes.
And then to focus on that. To have it not that, because that's just ambient. That's just how you've evolved. But if you actually focus on that, like that's even more powerful.
Yeah, and just like constantly have those connections. A friend of mine has talked about almost warming up to anything in sales, which is talk to people all the time. It's just talking and talking and talking. Connect with the barista. Connect with the guy holding the door open. Connect with your Uber driver. Connect with the fucking bird that's on the side of the street. It's connection.
Well, and what's the downside? I look at everything right now through a filter. It's like my first filter. Before I even fucking think of the thing, is there more upside or downside? Is there more upside or is there more downside?
There you go.
And I very quickly say, okay, you know what? More downside. I'm not gonna deal with that. But if there's more upside, I just do it.
Yeah.
Like just throw yourself out there. Like it is meeting new people and it's being open to things and saying yes and going. Right? You can always make more money. You can make more time. And the other thing is when you're a certain age, 10 years later, I can't do fucking Machu Picchu when I'm 80. Right? I can do it now.
Yeah.
So you think about people, I'm going to wait till retire. I'm going to retire. Fuck, retire.
You
can't do
for?
shit.
Yeah.
You can't do shit. And then you don't get the benefit of all the things you learn on that trip, on that journey, those people you meet for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like people are waiting to enjoy their life. I just do it now. I know. I just do it now. And I think it's sometimes it's kind of, it forces certain people's personalities to be a little bit outside the box. Like it forces them to be a little bit more, to put themselves out there, which is hard to do. Right?
It is hard.
You don't want to be like, oh shit, I'm going to fail or I'm going to look stupid or whatever.
But who cares?
The benefit way outweighs that.
I fail constantly.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's a growing experience. Failure is a growing experience. I tell this to my kids because they're, sometimes they're upset if they get something wrong or they're uncomfortable putting forward an idea or a concept. I say, it's not about being wrong. It's about learning. I'm wrong all the time about stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I realize it, I correct it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's true. You have to be. But you also can't beat the hell out of yourself for it.
No, it's not beating yourself up.
You have to just you have to be
guilty.
okay with being wrong sometimes.
We're all wrong somewhere.
Shit.
We're all wrong somewhere. I can do things better. It doesn't even mean that I'm doing something bad. It doesn't mean that you're doing something bad. But you go, I can do that better.
A little bit better. Yeah, for sure.
So how do you find, you have so many things going on that I want to touch on. And one of them, you were in a movie recently.
Yeah, there's a perfect example. So I'm not big on set. So I played football at universities for this coach named John Gallardi. John Gallardi won 489 games Most college winning of all time in the United States.
That's amazing.
Division III, smaller school, but I wanted to play for him because 489, like the guy was the winningest coach ever, and he let quarterbacks call their own plays. And so to me, that's running the show. Like you get to be there for a guy like that. But so I think that there's a certain competitiveness that you start from when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
And in sports, if you played sports, if you're a guy who played sports, even if you played high school sports, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like you learn how to compete, you learn how to be with a team, you learn how to win, and you learn how to lose.
That's important.
It's important. It's so important. It's a lot easier to shake hands after you win than it is when you lose.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so my coach, though, he never believed in setting goals. He was a goal guy, which is counterintuitive because people think, oh, goals. Because he's like, even if you hit your goal, you could have maybe done more.
Yes.
Or if you didn't hit your goal, that's not necessarily a failure because maybe that goal was never possible, or maybe something happened out of your control. That shouldn't be a mark of a failure. And so last year, I was like, you know what? I should set some goals. And I thought, I'm sick of not having a fucking IMDb page, which isn't that's not exactly a goal.
Where do you think of that?
It's not exactly a goal. But I'm like, I want to be in a movie. I want to act in a movie. I've always wanted to fucking do that. And so a friend of mine in my group chat, Adam Park, he's the great-great-grandson of John Jameson, actually. Jameson Irish Whiskey. He's an Irish guy. Yeah, he's a great dude. And I sent him a text. I'm like, write me into your fucking movie. And he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. Like, write me into your fucking movie. He's like, you need to lose 20 pounds. You need to get a trainer. I'm like, done. You take it seriously? I'm like, I will, 100%. He's like, okay. And so, again, just a friends of mine in group chat, he writes me this movie. So I get the script. Cool. And now it's a whole fucking, yeah, I have a job. Yeah, I have all that stuff. Now I have this interesting thing in my life that I've created because I've just decided, fuck, I want to do something. And I know somebody who's in that world, and then he actually said yes. And so then you go down the road and you're like, okay, we filmed in Wales last October.
No shit.
So flew over to Wales. I had my script, I had my lines on, and I had like 14 lines at the time. Who knows where it's in post-production now. And they're going to submit it to all the film festivals.
That's amazing.
And so like, my character is Peter, so it's based on a tech billionaire. Okay. Kind of loosely based on Peter Thiel, probably, but who knows? And so it's like Blair Witch meets Black Mirror in this film, and it's like in the forest. And my character, I probably shouldn't say. I get it, whatever. Gets brutally murdered. I get fucking decapitated. Okay, so not only does my friend write me into this film because I wanted to.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
Yes.
You ever watch the show? Do you know Night King? He's
Yeah,
a bad guy in the thing, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's the guy that murders me.
Cool.
So he's in this movie.
There you go.
And he decapitates me in my head. And like, this is my head. Like I have a fake head. I have pictures of it. I'm holding my head and there's squirting blood around it and stuff like that. So we went over to Wales. I had an amazing time. I got to see him be on a movie set with like legit actors and things and taking it super seriously and watching my friend, watching his joy of his craft. Like I got to see and become really closer friends with this guy. I mean, we're friends, but now it's like I got to appreciate what he does and I got to see it. And that's so cool. As a friend goal, super cool. So we shot the film and, it's in post-production now. We're going to submit it to like film festivals, TIFF. If it goes to Cannes, it's over for you hoes. But like, I'm like it's so cool because on a certain level, I wanted to do something completely obnoxious and ostentatious and probably not possible. But if you don't say, hey, put me in your movie, it's never going to happen. And on the chance that it does, now I have this story to tell. I had this experience where I shot a film in Wales. I have an IMDb page. John Sharkman has an IMDb page now, right? And it's all because I accomplished my goal, but it's all because I looked at my friends, authentically my friends. I appreciated what they do. I respected what they do. I came into their world and I was able to do it, right?
And it's not only that, but it's that authentic relationship that you've established and
totally
watered over years and years and years, not because you're like, in 2024 or 2025, I'm going to pitch him on a movie, but it's because you actually like him and you want him to succeed.
Totally right. And it's in investing, right? Like,
Yeah.
But it is that watering. I think watering is the greatest word for it because it's showing up for people. And that's why, again, when somebody crosses my mind, that's the universe telling me, reach out to that person. You know, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't even matter. Hey, you know what? Because you know what? What's the downside? They don't respond? Okay, fine.
Who cares?
But what's the upside? Maybe they're having a tough fucking day. Or maybe they're going through a moment and they get that and that changes their complete day. Okay? What if that then changes their day and then they went home and instead of just going to the basement because they were upset, they made fucking dinner for their family instead of ordering Uber Eats. And then what if afterwards, after dinner, this funny thing came up with their kid. And now that's what I'm saying. It's that fucking domino. If you don't flick the first one, the rest of them can't fall. Yeah. It's impossible for them to fall. Yeah. Right? And so what I could have done is I put that shit out there. I put that right out there in the universe because if that domino happens, then think of the karmic that comes back to me. I think of that energy. I really do. And maybe it's new age, whatever, but I think the energy you put out like that, you get back.
I'm a believer of that too. There's actually a book on it and I'll send you a copy. I forget the name of it, but I'll put it into the link in YouTube. And it's all about the power of personal magnetism. And it's all about putting this energy out into the universe and how to do it and how to communicate it. Yeah. And then pulling it back and watching it pull back.
Totally. I would love to read it. I think, honestly, that is true. Like being very, open kimono here. Magnetism is sort of a key to my life. But if you don't put it out there, it can nothing can ever happen. That's what I'm saying. Those dominoes can't fall. And what you can do for other people, a lot of times people do this stuff because they want something for themselves. That comes back to you. If you do it for a reason, if there's an ulterior motive why you're doing something,
never works.
It's not authentic. It's not real. But if I'm just like Ryan Danielson, who played football with him, he's an awesome guy, and I'll get he does it too. He's one of the few people I know who does that. Or he'll just send me a message, be like, "Hey, Tommy, thinking about you today. Remember this time we did this? Went to the Alabama game." Yeah. And I do, and it changes my whole ass day. And if you think about that, all it takes is you to take. And I think people who listen to this podcast do it. Like next time you tell a story about somebody, or somebody comes up, holler and be like, "Yo, I told a story about you. It's awesome," because he's gonna make that person feel fucking amazing
every time.
Every time. There's only upside.
Now, were you always like this as a kid? Like, did you always have that sort of desire to reach out to people and have these connections ongoing? Or is this something that you've developed and learned over time?
100% developed. I think I have a personality that suits to be like, to be gregarious, to be sort of be the person in the room. But I think what I've learned is how to deploy it in a way that benefits other people.
That's cool.
And it benefits myself. And so I've started, like I said, little things like this where I just build these things into my day. Like, I think if you do, like, I'll give you another example. During the pandemic. So during the pandemic, there was this Catholic priest at my University of St. John's. His name's Father Don. He's like 95 years old. So he's old as hell, right? But he had this special talent for he'd remember people's names. And so I just maintained a friendship throughout the years. He was a professor at St. John's, so I've known him for a long time, but he knows everybody. And when the pandemic happened, he got energy from talking to people, from being out talking to students. He knew all the students. Like that was his special skill, right? And when the pandemic happened, number one, his two best friends passed. And so he had to be in seclusion up there in his little monastery. And so what was taken away from him was everything that helped him connect. Right. And I thought about this. Like I literally took time to think about, man, I wonder how Father Don's doing in this time, because that's his whole shit. Is like, talking to people, being outgoing. That's where he gets his energy. So I got his number and I FaceTimed him, which is funny to FaceTime a 95-year-old priest. His face is like right in there. And we started being pen pals. Cool. Writing, and he wrote letters, the old ass man cursive where it's like this,
I do that.
That's awesome. But like we actually, and it didn't even fucking matter what we're writing. It's like, I had a fucking sandwich today, whatever. Because I thought about it. And this is a good lesson too for dudes to think about how you're gonna approach things. I thought about the entire process. I thought about every step of the way. So I write this letter to Father Don because I'm trying to get him some sort of energy through this, right? Sure. I'm not what am I getting from? It's not I'm getting money. I'm just getting it because I think it's a cool thing to do. You think about that. When that mail goes to the office, he gets a call. It's like, Father Don, you got a letter. And he shuffles his old ass all the way down there. And think of the anticipation that he had in his mind. Who the fuck's this from? I wonder what it is.
Hope it's not a bill.
Hope it whatever. Yes. Right. But he has this entire, the value of this letter. I said, he walks down and like, wonder who the hell it is. He goes and picks it up. He sees, oh my God, it's from Tom. And he has a little spark of joy. Mm-hmm. And he shuffles his old ass all the way back, thinking, I wonder what it is. Mm-hmm. So think about that person. Then he gets back, sits on his desk, takes one of those fucking old people letter opener things, opens the letter, picks it up and reads it. What it also does, he reads it, he smiles. When somebody calls him now, when somebody says, Father Don, how you doing? He has something to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, Bonnie Ray, let's give him giving people something to talk about sometimes is a valuable gift. Because now when someone call him, they'd be like, how you doing? It's like, if there's nothing, it's like, well, nothing. It almost makes you feel more depressed, right? Because you're validating that nothing. Yeah. Now he can say, well, I got a fucking letter from Letterman.
Yeah.
And now he has something to talk about. And so you think about that small effort that you did and that whole process of the anticipation, the sort of joy, and then afterwards, the validation that for 2 weeks, when everybody call him, like, oh, I got this letter. Now he has something to talk about. That is why I think that energy you put out comes back to you. I firmly believe that. And maybe it not be in not that exact situation, but in general, I tie that to what you put out is what you get back.
It's so true. And I love the idea of actually writing a letter.
Oh, do it.
Emails, text,
fuck
all
email,
these things
dude.
is so, yeah.
Fuck email.
And it just feels so cheap.
And because it is. Because it's easy.
It's free.
It's easy and it's free.
Yeah.
Effort is love. I'll tell you this, like for real, if you do something now, it's I've said this before, but this is the first time I've said this on camera. Effort is love. It's never been easier to not do shit than right now. Than 2025. Oh, I can't make it. Oh, let's reschedule. Oh, cancel. Text me. Used to be before cell phones, if you didn't meet somebody, we're meeting at 6:30 at the bar, you didn't show up, I think you're fucking dead. Like, where are you? And now it's like, oh, I'm running late. Let's meet somewhere else. It's so casual. It actually cheapens the whole experience. So to me, effort is love because you really have to want to do shit now. Like if coming to this podcast, I wanted to do this. I wanted to come here. You wanted to ask me to come here. Effort, we gave effort to do it. And now we get something from it. If you think about writing a letter, effort is love. You decided to write that. Like that took a little bit of effort. And I think when people get it now, they're kind of like, huh? Yeah. Someone put effort.
I feel that even with writing this book, and I've sent it to friends and colleagues and stuff like that, and every single person that I'm sending it to, I'm inscribing it.
Hell yeah.
And I think about inscribing it, and I gave it to my nephews, and this book is way too young. Of course I inscribed it for you for coming, but I inscribe it for everybody because it's just that extra touch, and it gives me the chance to reflect on the importance of that relationship to me and value it that much more, let alone when they get it.
And they're gonna keep it for that reason. I think if you give someone a book, I promise you, the likelihood of someone keeping it and like having it once it's inscribed goes up by like 1,000,000%.
1,000%.
Right? Because now it's personal.
I feel that every time. So when I was 4, my grandmother gave me a copy of the Bible and wrote this beautiful inscription on it.
Wow.
And she was like my favorite person on the planet. She died the next year.
Oh, man.
And I was heartbroken as a 5-year-old. And I still have that Bible.
Hell yeah.
It's on my desk. It's on my desk right now.
That's amazing.
I know exactly where it is. I've sworn in on Zoom trials using that Bible.
That's amazing.
And it means so much to me. It doesn't, matter that it's the Bible. It could be any book. But the fact that it's just like this thing from the past and it's from someone that is so important to me as a child. And I remember that still. I will always keep it.
Could you imagine doing the same thing with an email? A printed out email? That's what I'm saying is we've evolved in different ways as a society, and things are becoming easier and easier. It's meant to be easier. Everything's meant to be easier, quicker, sooner, faster. Mm-hmm. Sometimes taking the long road, it reminds people what's worth it, and taking the effort. Effort is love. If you do something now, you have every excuse not to do shit. And if you do shit now, like the value of it is that much higher. Because like I said, it gives people something to talk about.
Yes.
Right? Like somebody's going to say, hey, look at this inscription I have. They're not going to say that otherwise. You're creating that. You're putting that sort of peg out there where now it's interesting. Now somebody will spark an idea. And you never know where ideas spark from, right?
You never know. I mean, you have kids. Do you find that they pick up on this personality of yours? How do they deal with that?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, everyone's different. And, my kids are they're more reserved. I think they're more norm. So 19 and 17.
Okay.
My daughter just graduated from Riverdale. My son's like, they're go to U of T. And I guess they've grown up in a different way than a lot of people. Like we've lived in San Francisco and Minnesota, originally from Minneapolis. And, we moved in Toronto a couple times. So they've had to adapt. Plus they're around adults a lot. Like a lot of people sanitize their environment for like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm going to be real with you. Like, are they kids? And am I smoking a joint on our porch? Yeah. Cause that's what I do. It's a legal thing. I do it. I'm not going to hide it from them. Right. Cause once you hide it,
then it becomes shameful.
Then it's shameful. Then they're going to be like, I wonder why. Like, then it's inauthentic. So my kids know, like, if I say something, it's exactly what I think. And I think
there's a lot of value to that.
There's a trust, because then you can trust. You're not trying to figure out what sort of game they're playing. So with my kids, I try. I mean, obviously, you don't tell your kids everything, obviously, but for the most part, I don't hide anything from them. When I'm around my friends, they're around too. And so they just get to see how to act. Like, I think that's important versus sanitizing it.
I mean, they probably get so much, they probably don't even know it, but like these sort of subconscious lessons that are going to build up over time once they're done school and kind of go out into the world and have more experience interacting with people, you're going to inherently understand business, relationships.
Oh, yes.
And just having a network. I hate using the term network because it's sterilized and it's corporate, but having a connection with a larger group of people.
A community. I mean, look at, for example, my daughter's been the Fox Sports North fan of the game for the Twins, 12 consecutive games. Every time the Twins play the Jays, the TV camera, because I know the TV truck, I know the people in the TV booth, I know people from the Twins. Like, Nora will get to go sit in the dugout right before a game and get an autograph ball.
No
and a couple years ago, like literally, we have pictures throughout her childhood, fan of the game. And a couple years ago, she turned to me and she said, Dad, I understand that not every kid gets an autograph baseball every time they go to a game. And I understand that they can't be fan of the game. And I understand that I get to. And I understand it's special. And I understand it's because people who want to treat you. And this is a way they do that. And I'm like, that's very insightful, right? It's very insightful for kids to understand that this isn't normal, but it's because of how I am. And so then that's how they learn, okay, so if I'm like that, then that's the response I get, right? And it's not like I'm asking for anything. I think that's where people get in trouble. It's like they're constantly like, hey, can I get this? Can I get this? I don't ask for shit. Like, I don't ask for shit.
You show up.
You just show up. But if people want to treat you, because again, I've probably sent a package of toys to their kids or whatever. Or I remember their birthday or something like that. Because whenever somebody comes up or people I know, I reach out. Whenever they cross my mind.
That's so, it's so simple.
It is.
In a day and time when everything is complicated and everybody has trouble just taking that first step. And I was going to ask you for tips on how to do this kind of thing. It's incredible just to hit a point where you go, oh, it's just that.
It's that. It's that. Every time I go to a museum, which is awesome. I go to a lot of museums because I travel a lot. I buy the stack of fucking postcards. Every time.
Cool.
And whether in my office, like if my office, if somebody does something cool, all of a sudden I'll write them a postcard. Because I think about what's going to happen then. I'm going to write them a postcard. They're going to get it. They're going to have a very good feeling for that. And they're going to put it up on their fucking cubicle wall. Now they're going to look at it every single day for the rest of the time they're there. They're not going to take it down.
Of course not.
For what? For $1? And for 30 seconds of writing something that I genuinely mean authentically, why wouldn't you, like, to me, that upside, that return on investment is crazy good. And it's not like you're doing it for return on investment. That's why it's magic, right? You're doing it because that's authentic. And then every 10, 15 of them, something magic happens. but you can't have something magic happen if you don't authentically do that. So that's why I tell a story. If you tell a story and you think of somebody, put it in your phone, write down the name, and then, at the end of the week, write some postcards, send out a postcard. It's like simple shit like that.
It's almost ridiculous how simple it is.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to be effective.
And it's new. Or it's something old.
It is new.
It's something old that people used to do.
Yeah.
Right? It is such an era of bygone, but I think it's more relevant now than ever, because having someone, literally, if you get mail, which how many people get much mail now anyway? You get packages, but I'm talking letters from people. You don't get letters, you get bills or things that say this is not a bill. What the fuck is it? Like, but if you get a postcard in the mail, I guarantee you're going to tell your spouse about it. You're like, what's this? All of a sudden it becomes interesting.
I do that with people. I have this weird thing about pens. So I only write I have one Mont Blanc pen that I love, and I have other fountain pens that are disposable. They're like Pilot V pens. Yeah. And I write in blue only, because that's how
you
it
write
is.
In blue only?
Blue only, fuck black. Okay. And I'll give it to people. Like, I'll say like, oh, like here, if they need to write a note or whatever, oh, here, use my pen. And anytime somebody's like, oh, like I really like this, like, yeah, keep it. But it's awesome. $2. But every single time they pull out this pen, it's disposable, it's cheap, it doesn't matter, but it writes really well. And I'm really, really, really like finally tuned into this kind of thing. And every single time I give it to somebody, they're like, are you sure? I'm like, this is the price of a coffee. We're good. Right. Don't worry.
Not even. That's great. It's a great idea. And also I think leaving things with people. Mm-hmm. Like making an impact, whether it's with words, whether it's with things, like leave them with something. Like the question you always want to ask is, do you want to be remembered or do you want to be memorable? Right? Like they're two different things.
Yes. And
it really, you go back and forth. You're like, well, some nights you don't want to be memorable, but also you want to be memorable. You want to cross other people's minds as well. Like if you think about how many times somebody crosses your mind, you're crossing to other people's minds too.
Of course.
Are they doing anything about it?
No.
So what can you do? You can do that for yourself. I also think that I'm super into, as a concept lately, I talked about it a little bit, but I'm really into anticipation.
Yeah.
Like looking forward to shit. And let me tell you why. Because I think nowadays, there's always gonna be something bad that happens every day, right? Sometimes you eat the bear and sometimes the bear eats you, right? The Big Lebowski, my favorite movie ever. But sometimes shit happens every day, and you can either stay in that rut and be like, fuck, today sucks, and take it through the evening. I'm not gonna do this now. Or you can be looking forward to something. Like, so I like anticipation. So I've started to eventize shit in my life.
Cool.
Like I started to like put, every other Wednesday, I have a lobster for lunch. Lobster lunch. Wednesday. It's obnoxious to eat a lobster at lunch for fucking on a Wednesday. Like, who does that? That's ridiculous. No sense. But I tell you what, on a Monday or Tuesday, if shit gets me down, I'm like, fuck it. Okay, fine. I got lobster lunch on Wednesday. Like, if I'm looking forward to something, you don't stay in the rut. And so I started to eventize things and started to put things out there on my calendar so I have things to look forward to. If you don't have, like, what trip are you taking next? You have a trip coming up.
I mean, we go to Muskoka. I've got a cottage in Muskoka, so we're going there in a week and a bit. Okay. And that's going to be 3 weeks with the kids.
Awesome.
All the stuff. I'm pumped.
So you're looking forward to that?
Always.
I think if you don't have a trip or something you're looking forward to, you need to have one. You need to have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have something to look forward to, it's very easy to fall into a rut, right?
Everything just becomes the same.
It just becomes the same. Like, you have to be looking forward. I'm looking forward to Alabama against Georgia, September 27th, between the hedges.
There you go.
You know, I'm looking forward to going to London, watch the Vikings with friends with Aaron Jones, the running back of the Vikings. His sister's coming, Chelsea. She's awesome. I'm looking forward to that trip, you know, and I'm looking forward to things. When you're looking forward to things, I think anticipation, like, it helps you get through the day. I think that's a big thing. Is
you know what's funny? Like you're hitting on something from this angle that I didn't expect, and it's all about ownership.
Yeah.
And I talk about this all the time, and I beat it into people, and I go, the only way that you can grow, that you can become better, become like mature, and live this sort of rich life, make money, have great relationships, do these things, is recognize the fact that you control the world. You control your own reality. And people who get stuck in ruts are sitting there and they're saying, well, you know, life is hard. Things are difficult.
Yeah.
The matrix is attacking me. The world is hard. Right. You know, you hear these things and you go, okay, well, all of your mindset, all of your emotions, all of your control is being taken away from you, and you're being put into this position of despair because you feel like you don't have the ability to make a change.
Yeah.
And the second that you recognize it, the second that you're doing this stuff, you're putting in a system to recognize that I control my own shit.
Right.
I can be happy whenever I want. Yeah. And it's all about just doing things that make me happy.
It's right. It's ownership.
It's ownership.
It's ownership. It's deciding to do it. Right. And like I said, effort is love. It's never been easier never to not do shit than now. It's fucking, you can order groceries to your house. Like you used to have anything. You can do, it's never been easier to not do shit, which is why if you do shit now, you are already set above. Like you already have the inside track. Like if you just do shit, there's always a better time. You can always have more money. You can always have a bigger house. You can have, fuck that. Urgency is now. Now. You have now. You are guaranteed right now. You're guaranteed today. You're not guaranteed anything past that. That's why, like, I don't like waiting for anything. Like, I like it now. I want it now because then at least I can decide what I want after. If I want a different direction, if I wait, I might wait too long. Now I might not have any time for the other direction. Fucking like urgency has to be the answer to this world that everything's easy. Because if everything's easier to not do shit, then if you do stuff now, if you decide to call the person now, if you decide to go on that trip now, like just set it out there. Yeah, you can always have more money. Yeah, maybe it's not possible right now, but is it possible? You're just easier not to do shit. Like, are you being honest with yourself?
You're walking away from an opportunity because you're scared.
Are you being honest? Like, fuck, I could have more. Sure, you could always have more money, but if you did it now, what if you have a whole new perspective? You can't afford not to do it. If you think about it like that,
it's true.
If you come back, like you can't afford not to do it.
It's true.
And man, to me, it's crazy to think about. Even people who I try to think about outside my personality, and I have friends who are like outside my personality. If you're not a gregarious person, if you're a person who wants to do this, if you're talking about ownership, that's what they do. I think you just do one thing, like just say, you know what, today I'm gonna reach out to an old friend. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm gonna put the box on my notebook with a big fucking X, and that's what I have to do today. You know, just do it simple like that, and you know what, you're gonna get so much for it because after like the third or fourth time, something amazing is gonna happen. You're gonna reconnect with somebody, and then you're gonna have that's life, right? Yes. That's living. That's when opportunities happen. That's when, oh, actually, I just met this guy you'd like. Maybe that becomes your best friend.
Yeah,
you don't know, but if you don't put yourself out there, you don't own it. If you don't do shit, you can't expect nothing to happen.
Nothing's going to happen. And like you're saying, I mean, you're extroverted. I'm fairly extroverted myself. I mean, something like that seems easy. But for people who are introverted, for people who maybe don't have that spark, it's something to work on. It's a skill to develop.
Yeah.
And also, it doesn't mean that you need to talk to 50 people today. You're better with a 10-minute exercise on writing a letter.
Yeah.
You're better, even if it's just picking up the phone and giving somebody a call and say, hey, you know, I was just thinking about you. And, you know, it's really amazing that after 10 years, where we've gotten to today.
Totally right. What's that cost you? How much does that cost you in dollars?
Zero.
$0 fucking dollars and 0 cents. What's the potential return? Question mark. Giant. Mm-hmm. Massive. Like that's the things people think that these things will cost any money. The value of effort is $0 and 0 cents. Like you can just do it. It doesn't cost you. You have to just do it though. Like it's Nike, right? You got to do so. You can't expect things to change if you don't do it.
And
but it's not that hard.
Like across the board. I mean, it's not just, we're not talking about business relationships. I'm talking about with your wife or your girlfriend or your kids. It's those little tiny moments that matter. I used to have my son. He would wake up at 5:30 to come to the gym with me. And it didn't matter if I was lifting weights or if I was practicing Muay Thai. And he would sit there and just soak it in. But when I was lifting weights, he would ask me questions about why do you work out? Why do you work so hard? Mm-hmm. Why do you want to make money? And I go, this is my opportunity to install insanely good frameworks into this child's mind. I go, the reason that I care about money is to ensure that everybody I love and care for has the freedom to do what they choose.
That's right.
It's not about me. It's not about putting numbers on a scoreboard.
That's right.
It's about you and being able to share experiences. The reason I work out so hard is to make sure that my body and my mind can keep up with that.
Yeah.
And the reason that I work so hard is to make sure that I want you to beat me when you're older.
Yeah.
You and your brother. I want you to beat me. I want you to stand on my shoulders. I want you to be way more successful than me.
That's right.
In any way possible. But listen, kid, I'm going to make it really freaking hard. I'm going to make it impossible. Yeah. Almost impossible, but I'm going to support you along that way.
It is. It's freedom. It's if you provide that to your kids and instill that in your kids, like that's our humanity. That's what we're trying to do as a man, right?
AI can't do it. Computers can't do it. Email can't do it.
Dude, I'm so sick of this shit.
Text messages can't do it. It's being able to sit across the table, being able to have this kind of a conversation. AI can't do this. It's being able to connect authentically with people without a motive.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. It's not like I don't do these things because I'm trying to get something back. The universe don't work like that. That's not how it works. You have to do things with no motive. It's a very good point. One thing too that as I think about authenticity is you just said AI and I'm like, oh my fucking God. We're creating fake. We're creating more fake. Fake things, falsified documents. I know somebody who uses AI to the level where I don't know if she's able to put together an original thought because everything's ChatGPT. ChatGPT. And it's like...
It's funny, a lot of people are doing that.
I know. And people are like, oh, you're going to miss the boat with AI. Okay, there are already studies being done on how it's making you dumber because you don't retain the information because you never learned it. You just had somebody else do it. You're actually not gaining shit from it. It might make it faster for you, but you're not gaining shit.
But it's not wisdom.
It's not wisdom. Exactly right. And that's I don't know. I think about AI and then all people are talking about art and all that stuff. Yeah. What I worry about, number one, this is a random tangent, but I worry about number one is the rule of law. Because when you think about beyond a reasonable doubt, I got fucking reasonable doubt on every single thing I see now. If it's a video, it's like, Obama didn't say that. I know for sure that Trump didn't say that. You know what I mean? Like everything's fake.
Yeah.
And it makes it even more, it plays into the hands of guys like us who are authentic because if you're authentic now, again, you stand out even further. But people who just want to rely on the cheap chat GPT and the AI answers, okay, you can use it as a supplement tool, but it doesn't ever supplement for authenticity.
I mean, and I think it's great as a tool. It's great as a way to like scale a business and not have huge human resources costs.
That's right.
Like using it for certain things is phenomenal. And I would definitely tell people to do that. But like trying to use it to replace yourself isn't going to end well.
Yeah.
It's going to scream that it's been done by AI.
It's fake. It's fake. I mean, people read did you guys read Catcher in the Rye in Canada?
Yes.
Fucking Holden Caulfield. His entire thing was against phony. Against phony. And I actually reread the book. I was in Panama. No, where the fuck was I? Chile. Okay. I was in Chile, which is a great country. Oh my God, Santiago is amazing. Anyway, I was in Chile. And I was with a friend of mine, Andres, and his mother was a revolutionary. She was actually fled into exile in the 70s. Kidding. And I fucking went to the Revolutionary Museum with her. Like, that's my friend. That's my, I'm like, fuck, my head was exploding, right? But I reread Catcher in the Rye on that trip because it felt more relevant than ever. Because it's all about, he can't stand things that are phony. And right now, there's so much fake shit and so much phony shit. Yeah, it's funny. We'll get a laugh. But more fake coming into the world isn't great. Like,
right.
Like that's, I mean, to me, real is where it is. So
it's hard for people to grasp that just because it's so easy. And we're all seeking easy answers sometimes.
Easy. It's easy. It's fast. But then what do you do with all your extra time? What sort of investments are you making in the world with how quicker you made shit? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, sometimes a pot takes a little while to boil. You know, sometimes it takes a while for the flavors to mix in. Like time, I think we're going to have a big reverb, actually. I think we're going to have a big reverb back to to more analog type of things because I think we kind of yearn it. Like I'm in studio with this band right now, and it's a punk band, and the music on this new album is completely stripped down.
Love it.
Because I think we're just fucking tired of everything being so built up.
Yes.
Like I think we just need a break. I think there's a part of our minds where we're like, fuck, can we just bring it back to just the baseline for a minute so I know what's real and what's not?
It's so true, and it's so rare now to see that. And I think the people who are ahead of that curve and recognize that desire for something that's not absurdly complex and feels fake and just does something like they always said, I heard a quote about Frank Sinatra, and it was something along the lines of when he was singing, the reason that he was so successful and so good is that he actually felt the emotions of the song and you could feel it. And if you're doing it with AI, if you're doing it fake and you don't have that emotional expression, the art isn't worth it.
Yeah, right.
Because it's not going to evoke a feeling out of people.
Yeah, it's production, then it's not art, right?
Yes.
It's you're producing something, but you're not actually creating, like you're not doing art with it.
No.
I think, and that's, a lot of dudes I think now are in that sort of crosshairs of who am I and where am I going and who do I want to be, even later in life than in the past. Like when our dads were our age, they were way older than we were, right? I mean, you look at sitcoms of the 80s, these motherfuckers look old as hell. That guy was 35. So I think as we go in fitness and everything else, we're way younger than people were 20 years ago at our age.
Yeah.
Okay. So people now who like us are looking for what's our path now? Like it's not the same path as before.
Yeah.
Right. So what is it? And so people are really looking for what that is. And I think a lot of it is what we've talked about. A lot of it is putting yourself out there in an authentic way, saying yes, not looking forward to needing to gain something from every single fucking interaction. Like sometimes what you gain is the ability to put something out there. Like does altruism exist? Does giving to making something positive where you don't benefit, is that possible?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it does. I want to believe it. Even when you give to charity, well, you feel good, so there's a little bit. But I think that it exists. And the closer you get to that, the more you get back. I really do. Yeah. And I don't know if that's balance. I don't know if that's religion. Like I grew up Catholic, like I said. But there's a part of the world about the energy. When you put out positive, you get positive back.
Yeah.
If you put out negative, you get negative back. If you're being honest.
It's so true. And it kills me because I see it in divorce cases. It kills me because I see it in friends where they just destroy themselves with negativity.
Yeah.
And so many people today in 2025 are focused on this idea where they're like, they want to save the world, but nobody wants to help like cut the grass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like these little things make such a huge difference. These little, like, just a tiny bit of effort. It's not about saving the world. Effort, you don't need to be, like a prophet today.
No.
It's just, you should be helping people around you.
Maybe that's what people think, though. They think it's so heavy that they have to do all this shit. Sometimes it's about getting your wife her favorite candy, just fucking random. Came home with some bit of honeys. All of a sudden, like, that's interruptive. There's a thing to interruption, too. I think
pattern interrupt. That's an NLP thing.
Yeah, it is. I believe it because there is something to interruption. And if you pay attention to interruptions, like that's great, right? Yeah. Create your own narrative. Like I said, it's whenever you're something, it's an awareness though. Like when you're somewhere and it makes you think of somebody or something, that's the time to do it. I don't know. I believe so much in urgency. I believe so much in now. Mm-hmm. Like I think the world there's a couple trends right now that I'm seeing that's customization. Like there's a customization, there's a scarcity, like sneaker drops, like when they drop, got them.
Yeah.
And then there's urgency. I think of those three things: customization, and can you have what not everybody else has, but then can you have it now? Like that's where we are.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to do is like, okay, we're with urgency now. Instead of trying to have it for yourself, put something out there for somebody else. Like do something for someone else.
Yeah.
Urgently. And if you do one thing urgently if something crosses your mind every day for somebody else, honestly, it's not about what you get back. You feel good. Like you're gonna feel great.
Always.
You know?
Always.
You're gonna feel great.
It's always I'm actually finding this conversation really interesting because I'm watching you reframe things in how you're thinking. And there's a great book about it. It's called Reframe Your Brain. Scott Adams, like the Dilbert guy, wrote this book all about reframing how you think of things. So regardless of the circumstances, it's all about seeing things in a way that pushes you forward.
Totally right.
Rather than holding you back.
I do that. I absolutely reframe.
I'm watching you do it.
Yeah.
They're watching you do it. You know, and I love that because I'm all about mentality and mindset and getting guys into the right kind of spot to make these changes. And this is a great example of that, where it's just reframe. It's
constantly reframe. Well, because the game's changing all the time, right? Our landscape's changing all the time. And that's new too, right? Everything's moving so damn fast. When we were younger, things didn't move that fast, but now they do. So I think you have to reframe, but I also think you have to do things that fit you. Like I've said authenticity like a million times, but anybody's personality can fit this. It's not just if you're super outgoing.
Well, I mean, here's the filter for it though, right? And I think a lot of young guys are going to struggle with this as they start trying. And at a certain point, you got to realize that you can't be loved by everybody.
Yeah.
And I would rather have people love me or hate me and be divisive in a purposeful way because it's authentic than try to appease everybody.
Yeah.
And especially Canadians are terrible with this because Canadians try to appease fucking everyone.
Yeah.
But Canadians, actually, you're going to give me a quote on this, but Canadians, I think, are the most miserable people on the planet. I come back into Canada from anywhere, especially America. So Canadians complain about Americans and say Americans are blah, 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 blah. You fly into Canada, everybody's depressed, wondering why you're coming, is angry, and they want to like search everything to do with you, and everybody's rude, and they look like they want to die. Yeah. You fly into anywhere in the States. I've been in the last year, Florida, Austin, New York, Los Angeles, all these different places. I show up, people are friggin' delighted to see me, and they work at Starbucks. Okay. Like, these are not people that I know. These are not people that I have some sort of connection with, but everybody just seems a bit lighter. There's more optimism there.
Yeah. Well, it's such in the last couple of years, especially, there's this inferiority complex with Canada that I've noticed anyway. That's always been the little brother, right? It's always been the little brother. It's constantly the little brother. But yet they're still like, well, we're better than them because we got healthcare, and we're better than them because we treat these people. We're better than them because of this. It's like, if we worry less about that,
it's not a competition.
Don't worry about that shit.
I say this to my kids too. I'm like, stop competing with each other. Compete with me.
Yeah, right.
Stop competing against each other. You're not gonna win. I love you both. We love you both. Yeah. That's not gonna change. You're not gonna compete with each other. Compete with me. It doesn't matter.
It is. I think it's a different softness with Canada than in America. But in America, like take New York, for example. People like New Yorkers are so rude. Are they? If you ask somebody on a subway, on which subway, they're like, go over there, take the L tray here, because they get you back in fucking line with the salmon. Like there's a centrifugal force of New York that's going like this. And if you're out here, you're going to fuck everything up. So they put you back. That's kind. That's nice.
Yes.
Like that benefits everyone. That's not rude. That's direct. But that gets everything back. If you're like, okay, you can be out here, you're going to screw everything up. And that's the difference is I think people think directness is rude, or directness is actually helpful. It's just giving it to you right away. You just have to not get in your head with how the tone is or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Now, Tom, if people are trying to find you online.
Yeah. At John Sharkman on Instagram.
At John Sharkman on Instagram? Where else?
At John Sharkman on Instagram. On LinkedIn, I'm Tom Linneman. I hate LinkedIn, but
everybody does.
I just fucking I haven't updated it for a long time.
I'm the same way. I look at LinkedIn and it's like I had somebody saying that they were so happy that today they decided to take public transit. And they're like, they're self-employed.
Congrats.
They're entrepreneurs. And it was like this whole diatribe about how they took public transit to remind themselves of where they started.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And it's like this big, like, patting myself on the back.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, God.
And I just go,
oh, God.
I'm never going to post anything on LinkedIn because That's what I see all the time.
I'm so humbled for this new shut up.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I hate just Instagram.
Instagram's
At
the way
John
to go.
Sharkman on Instagram. And then when the movie The Wilding comes out, you got to see the movie because you want to see your boy's head chopped off. Right.
Well, I'm looking forward to that part specifically. I think we're going to like replay that.
We should. We should. It's a perfect example, though, when people ask me, how do you get to do that stuff and why? And this podcast is a great sort of launch for that. It's because I reached out to my friend and said, write me a new fucking movie. You can't if you don't ask. If you don't create that energy, you can't expect it to happen. I have this thing now where that's interesting. Like in a party, I have like interesting shit to say.
Yeah.
Right? But it's all because I created those. I was the one who owned those. I did the ownership. I put myself out there. Not because I was trying to gain something from somebody, not because I was trying to take advantage, because I was trying to do dope shit. Like you wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth and I try to do the dopest shit possible until I go to bed and then I brush my teeth. Like that's it. Like brush teeth, dope shit, brush teeth. Like that's the peg. Like that's every day. Like you try to do dope shit every day.
Yeah.
Like don't just accept
mediocrity
the day and expect mediocrity. Like if somebody crosses your mind, if you think of somebody. When I FaceTime people fucking cold call out of the blue. People answer.
I knew you would do that.
People answer. They do because they're like, I don't know where the fuck he is or what happened. I have to answer because maybe it's something.
Yeah,
To create that reputation where somebody sees a random FaceTime, fuck, I better answer it. Who knows if he's in Tajikistan or something and he wants something or wants to talk about something
being held hostage
randomly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's because I urgently, when somebody comes up or when I think of somebody I care about, I just tell them, and because there's no downside for that. Like there's no downside for reaching out. And even if it's to help you, like family members, like for the pandemic, we didn't see parents and shit for so long. Fuck, that's a lot of time we missed. Like every time I get a chance, I actually reframed how, when I go back to Minneapolis, who I see, because I start inside out. Now I start with my family and out because of that change. So I do think there's a ton of ownership. You said ownership, and you're right. It's ownership to reframe, but then you got to do it.
It's all the action.
You got to do it.
Yeah. Can't just be a philosopher.
I'm just going to sit at your house and not do shit. Like it's never been an easier time not to do shit. So doing shit now, again, brush your teeth, do dope shit all day, brush your teeth.
The end.
Make sure you brush your teeth.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Tom. Yeah. I would love to have you on again.
Yeah, I would love to be on.
This was really informative. We can expand. I think it'll be fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, I would love to too. And congratulations too. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. And thank you for watching the Stay Rich podcast. I hope you found this interview very informative. I know I did, talking about all of these things like reframing ownership and living a dope life with Tom Linneman, aka John Sharkman, the man, the legend, and living a rich life. We'll see you next time.